Welcome to the Market Moon Lord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. I'm your host, Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. What's up? We're back, merging the matrix with the stars, looking over AMC's financial astrology for this week. We have a new moon. You guys know I'm excited for that. What we're looking at right now is the same exact chart that I showed you guys on last Sunday's video. Happily, we went 100% on that video on all our calls. I pretty much said that during this waning moon, we're going to continue to call it consolidate. And we're going to need to push around the new moon to confirm the reversal, which we're clearly getting that on Friday, right? And we said on this consolidating waning moon that we're probably going to dip underneath this little red line that I wrote right here around the 952 mark, because that was the general support area during the last waning moon. And I said we can go as low as 850-ish right here. And you can see that we fell right into that channel pretty much perfectly. And then leading into Friday, we had a plus 5% day, bringing us right to that general support that we had during the last waning moon. So that being said, I do think we're going to continue to climb a little bit into this new moon. And then what I'm looking for and hoping for into the following phase to the full moon, that we reach past this level of, around 12:30-ish. That's what we had in the last full moon. That's the spike. And if we can get past that before the full moon, then my next target would be for the 26th full moon, a little bit past the $14 mark, okay? And that does look like it's lining up perfectly. But that being said, me personally, as of now, I do not think it's going to be a squeeze around that time. But I do think we could get a gamma squeeze, so I guess we could get a squeeze, but just not the short squeeze. Also, guys, before I forget to tell you, the spikes seem to be happening the day before the full moon for AMC. I'm not sure if that's the same thing for GME, but definitely on AMC. We get the spikes so far the day before the full moons. The full moons are these white circles right here, and you can see the spikes, okay, the day before. So, that being said, this is a new chart, guys, that I've been working on. We can see I've labeled these purple lines. And what these are representing are the lows on each of the waning phases when the moon is going down or dying, okay, coming into the new moon, which is what just happened down here. For example, if we look at this waning moon period, and we saw on the last day that we hit our lowest point was around the 850 mark, okay? Now, at that point, we know during this waning moon phase, whatever these dates are, we're more than likely not going to go underneath the 830, 850 level, okay? And we have really strong support, at least around this $9 level. Okay, so based on that information, after we have the full moon, which will be on the 26th of May, it's going to be a waning moon after that. And probably the absolute lowest we would see during that period would be $9. So let's say we don't get any type of gamma squeeze for that full moon, then I would say we would consolidate around that $9 level until the next new moon on June 10th. And and we could see a little gamma squeeze and then drop back down to around that $9 mark. I'm just giving you guys scenarios based on the moon phases. As far as next week, starting on May 10th, I do think we're going to see some pretty good movement. The new moon isn't until the actual 11th. So I'm just curious on how strong we get going into the new moon. We're still oversold. I expect on the new moon for us to be over 50%. And, leading into the full moon, that's going to tell us a lot on what's going to happen, how much strength we have. And I'm on the day chart. Okay. But we can already see that, yeah, the reversal is coming. The RSI is going up. The MACD is starting to turn. It still hasn't found the exact bottom. So I expect Monday it will be there. And then Tuesday, day of the new moon, it starts to angle up. And then during that phase into the new moon or into the full moon, depending on how strong we are on the RSI, I think that's going to tell us a lot on how big of a push we get into that full moon. Hey, and if you guys are following this channel, you need to be at the Discord. I'm dropping squeeze dates, and we all are dropping all types of DD and information, technical analysis, along with financial astrology analysis. Okay, so number one question I get in Discord is, are we going to squeeze on the next full moon? And my question or my answer to that is I have no idea, but I can say confidently that we will squeeze during a full moon or around a full moon, precisely a day before full moon. Now, I do have a date in mind in October's full moon where we have my most favorite aspects for AMC, okay? As far as that full moon looks especially special, okay? But, meanwhile, I do think we can get a lot of gamma squeezes or the actual short squeeze at any of these full moons at any time, no doubt. But yeah, that's the answer to that question, guys. It's hard to say, so I'm not going to say I think this next full moon is my squeeze date, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see above $12, and I also won't be surprised if we hit above or around the $14 mark, like I said before. Now, that being said, I do have some, YOLO plays I've been talking about in Discord as far as buying call options that are way out the money, that are way out there as far as expiration date. And some people are saying they don't really understand the call option game, and it's really, really simple. And I'm going to show you guys a very, very simple way how you guys could potentially make plays using the moon phases on AMC. At this point, I think it's very important for me to say this is not financial advice. In fact, this is just entertainment for anyone who just likes astrology. I'm just bored and have nothing better to do. Let's just say I believe in the short squeeze. Let's just say I believe that, I think it could happen on October or in October full moon or before October during any of those full moons. And I also believe we're going to be well over the $20 mark. And let's just say we're going to double the $20 mark. And we're at the point of the short squeeze, at least going to hit $40. And we're going to do that before November, okay? Because that full moon that I'm really, really particularly liking is on the 20th of October, okay? So it's very simple. If I'm on the home page of what's called Options Profit Calculator, for anyone who doesn't know how to do this, okay? Let's say we want to make a long call saying, hey, we think AMC is going to reach a certain price by a certain time. So we're going to type in AMC. We're going to get price. We're going to select option right there. And then we're going to look for an option that's around October 20th or after October 20th, right? So that would be the 17th of December options. And, okay, the highest number they have is $24 strike price, okay? So we'll work on that. So we'll hit the mid. And let's say we have, let's just say $180 or $138, okay? We're buying one contract, okay? Which totals 100 shares that we have control over. Now, if I hit calculate right here, what this site is going to do is going to put a price range of $6 to 24, and 24 is our strike price, okay? And we brought the contract for $1.38 times 100, that equals $138. Okay, so let's just say we get a squeeze on any of these full moons. That's going to be at least $20, right? And we have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full moons for that to happen. Okay, so we're gonna go to 20 bucks. Let's say it happens on this next full moon. We're gonna make $559 based on a $138 investment. Okay, let's say it happens on the June 24th full moon. We just put, this is the 20, okay, and we go to June 24th, should be around this mark. Okay, $386. That's 280% your money. Okay, so let's just say, everyone has an extra $1,000 all of a sudden to spend, and they decided they wanted to take some risk or something. Like if I decided to take a risk or something, and I go over to the site, and I go to the call options for AMC. And I look at the options. And I say, let's look at this January 2022 year. And it looks like I can buy some calls potentially there around the 194 mark or 94 cents mark. And let's say I want to spend $1,000. So I buy 11 contracts. And so we calculate it. And it's going to put us a range between $40. Now, if we squeeze, above 20, above 40 in this contract that's far out expiration, way before that time, we're making money. Okay, so this is $1,000 investment. Let's just say at $20, we squeeze in August. Okay? We're almost doubling our money, okay? Let's just say we squeeze in October to $20, okay? We're almost at 100% there, okay? But let's just say, in this next 8 months or so, we squeeze past $40. $1,000 investment, if it squeezes in August past 40, will turn into $13,000. Okay, $1,000 investment, if it squeezes in October, will turn into $10,000. Okay, keep in mind you can lose this money, your $1,000 investment. Now, a lot of people are saying that AMC is going to squeeze way higher. Okay, so let's just say we buy, and it goes to 100, and we spend $1,000. AMC's price goes to 100. It doesn't even let you take it at 100. All right, $96. And let's just say it squeezes in October. $1,000. And if it goes to 90 something dollars, will turn into $60,000, guys. Okay? So yeah, that's just me just having a conversation with everybody. I've been throwing ideas in my head. You guys let me know what you think about that. Okay, so for the people who may not know how to see this stuff, if you're on Webull, you just go up here where it says options, hit the options, and the one we were just looking at, we will see it right here. January 21st on 2022, we just hit the arrow. And then I just have it, you guys are probably going to see it like this, but I just have it on calls. And then I stroll it down, and the strike price is over here. I want to go to the highest one, which is $40. And that's it right there. So I would click on it, and then we will get an order book down here, and then it'll say, okay, you're risking, if we want to do the 11, we'll hit the 11, and it says, okay, you're risking the $1,000 for a max loss of that $1,000, but for unlimited profit. Okay, that's what I like. I like the unlimited profit part. But one thing I want to show you guys is the open interest. Okay, that's the number of contracts that are out for these calls. It's a good indication of what the market's thinking. Okay, and we can see here $9 mark, $8 mark has a lot at 24,000. The rest, the only other one that's in double digits is $5. And then on the out the money calls, meaning the price isn't at these targets yet, we have 20,000 at 10,000, 12,000, or yeah, 11,000 at $12, 10,000 at 15, 28,000 at 20, 13,000 at 22, and 31,000 at $40. Okay, the one I just told you guys I like the best is the one with the most open interest, 31,000. So hey, somebody knows something, or someone's doing the math just like I just showed you guys on the screen. Okay, we go for the open interest the month before, and the highest one is 1,000. Okay, in December. Okay, so trust me when I say these calls, even though it's, guys, this is definitely a risk. It's definitely a more of a gambling scenario here. Definitely not giving you financial advice. I'm just throwing some food in there for thought. That's seriously it. Okay, so let's check out the weekly astrology for AMC starting on Monday, the 10th of May. Okay, Moonlord, so remember, we're just focusing on the themes. I'm trying really hard not to give you the play-by-play action. I think it's pretty clear that we're looking for the reversal coming into the new moon for the 11th of May. So Monday, just off of that information, should look green. When I look at the chart, I do see some blue, I do see some red. I don't particularly like the Saturn getting aspect at all, because Saturn is usually with AMC, it doesn't always give us the most favorable price action. It usually can just stable things out, consolidate things, or go the direction we don't like. But it is in opposition, so we need to just pay attention to that, but not put too much emphasis on it, because opposition is an opportunity. And we are going to go and check to see when the sun was there before, and see what that says. Another thing, we do have Mars exactly conjunct on the moon. It's kind of like an opposition where you don't really know how it's going to play out, but the moon is also getting a good aspect at the same time with Uranus, so maybe that is going to give us some lucky energy. The moon is definitely stronger than the Mars right there, because Mars is debilitated in Cancer, and Mars is also represents surgery, cutting, and it's opposite Pluto, 0 degrees. So I mean, it's a little bit of a scary transit, okay, but we're going to look back in the past at some of these, see what they mean. And all these other things that we see were kind of in play already from last week. We still had the Neptune trine, the midheaven, which we spoke about. We're taking care of business behind the scenes. I think the CEO, Adam Aaron, has been showing that has been taking place. Jupiter is still on its way to Neptune. I'm very excited about it. And Pluto went retrograde on top of Venus. So to me, when Pluto goes direct, that's going to be a really big deal. Venus is also making some very nice aspects. It's making a trine to the ascendant, and a square to Neptune to me is us taking care of business behind the scenes. So I'm not too worried about it. I did go into the past to the very last time the sun was in this position, and we actually had a plus 36%. It happened on May the 11th. I also looked when Venus was here the last time, and we had a plus 16%. And I also went back in the past. I saw some plus 13%, some plus 7%, some neutral days. But obviously, to me, this day is looking extremely, extremely good. And I also typed in the last time the sun was 20 degrees Taurus right here, and that was May 11th, 2020. And the very first thing that I hit when I do that is AMC Entertainment shares soar on report on a possible Amazon takeover. So I'm definitely looking for that this week on this new moon, just based on what we just saw. Strolling down on this article, we can see that AMC jumped as high as 56% that day. So yeah, Monday looks good into the new moon. Let's jump over to the new moon on Tuesday. Okay, so pretty much the only thing that changed from Monday to Tuesday is obviously this nice conjunction we have with the moon and the sun down here on the new moon tomorrow. And Venus also started making a new aspect, no longer aspecting the ascendant, but now is trying Mars. Mars is energy, Venus is relationships. Okay, now the moon is now opposite Saturn and the midheaven, and that's actually one of those angles that I wrote on my previous DD. Let's pull that up. The original Moon Lords know what we're looking at right now, okay? And if you aren't one of the originals, it's okay. But this is where it all began, okay? The original moon phase chart that got a little crazy, but this is all in organized Mercury and Pisces way. The blue moon Neptune has got you. We're gonna navigate through the illusions together. The last time the moon was in 23 degrees Taurus, which will be happening on this new moon on that day. On the new moon, it's actually 21 degrees, but like an hour later, it'll be 23 degrees. But on that trading day, we could see before, on previous days, we follow this purple line. Is one of the days we made our pretty much the highest point. And we're only up 3% that day, but that was the highest we've been in a very long time. We're at $14 at that day. So I think that's a good sign on this phase. We're going to hit that $14 mark, potentially around that full moon. Now, if I continue to follow the other purple lines, if I move it, you guys can see how they're connected. And on that day, it was the start of a new bull run, and that's perfect. That day was plus 3.45%. And then if we go to the other one, which was on January 25th, 25, we had plus 17%. Okay, so this moon for Tuesday, this new moon for Tuesday, definitely looks bullish. All right, let's jump over to Wednesday. All right, so coming into May 12th, Wednesday, the only major theme change would be the moon going into 0 degrees Gemini, changing to the quick moving sign from the slow moving Taurus. So I'm expecting the stock market in general to be very fast on Wednesday, probably very volatile just for that aspect alone. For AMC, this is actually one of those positive aspects that I've seen in the past that we have in that chart. And of course, it comes pretty close to the days we just looked at because those aspects usually happen right after each other. So when I look here at our moon trine the ascendant and Venus right here, which is this guy right here, what I did was I labeled some of them with the dotted lines to make it easier to see. And we can see right here we went negative 0.50%, so very neutral. But again, I want to point out this day because it's one of the highest we've been, and we're at $13 or $14 that day. Okay. Then if I go to this other dotted one, we have a plus 3.45%. And then if I go to the other dotted one, which is this guy right over here, we have a plus 14%. Okay. So just based on that information, Wednesday does also look good. Even though, things did shift a lot coming out of Taurus into Gemini, things are looking bullish, things are looking fast. We just have a lot going on with Gemini energy right now. And Gemini is a, energy of things coming together, broadcasting, communication, networking, deals being made, contracts being signed. So that's pretty exciting energy to have on AMC right now. And I could definitely see some deals or exciting news happening on Wednesday or just on this week in general, just because all this stuff is happening in Gemini. Okay, so coming into Thursday, you can see as I click 24 hours, the moon really changed. It went over Venus and it's about to meet Mercury in the sky. And then Mars moved a lot and moved a whole degree, and it's no longer making that tight opposition to Pluto, 0 degrees like it was the day before and the day before that. And then the moon, if I go back one more day, is no longer making these nice 0 degrees trines to the sun or to the ascendant in Venus. And the moon actually becomes very neutral. I actually went through the day. It's kind of neutral throughout the day. It does meet Mercury in the sky, but it's not aspecting anything. This Mars loosened up the Mars opposition to Pluto. So whatever was happening Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was slowed down on Thursday. That would be the energy shift that I see. But it would just be a slowdown. It wouldn't be I don't think it's going to be anything dramatically happening that day because the aspects loosened up and the moon became very neutral that day. So let's jump over to Friday. Okay, so the things I see would be Venus down here. It definitely made a new aspect to Uranus, a sextile. So that's looking pretty nice. Uranus can definitely create volatility, especially a thrust energy into the future, whether it's like a new idea or a new breakthrough. That's always pretty interesting when Uranus gets aspected, especially with a Venus energy that's also getting aspected from Mars. This is a very aggressive energy. Venus getting aspect from Mars and Uranus. Another thing we should note is the transiting Uranus down here is also making a very powerful trine to AMC's Pluto 0 degrees and to AMC's powerful moon 1 degrees, and that's been kind of at effect. But now that this Uranus, the natal Uranus of AMC, is also getting an aspect from Venus, this can definitely be some type of triggering energy. And Uranus is a very futuristic sign for breakthroughs, especially things dealing with technology. And it definitely creates volatility. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. And another thing about Friday is the moon could be going into Cancer. So let's go 6 hours, because it actually makes an aspect opposite of the sun, and it's at the 29 degrees of Gemini. So I'm gonna look into that as well. And that's into closing. So Friday into closing could be interesting. And I just want to look into after hours a little bit. Wow, so in after hours, the moon will reach a powerful 29th degree, the last degree of Gemini, on Friday after hours. So I'm definitely going to be paying attention after hours that day. But yeah, let me look into this aspect real quick. Okay, interesting. The very last 2 times it was here, the last time it was there, it was plus 14%. The time before that, it was plus 25%. And then the times after that, it was kind of neutral. Sometimes it was plus 4, sometimes it was negative 3. And then I did see one that was a little bit more like 5% range-ish. I looked at about 7 or 8 dates in 2020 and all of them in 2021. So I definitely want to say Friday does look volatile. And, based on the current, like the current history, it looks positive. But yeah, Friday could be a day where we could see a little bit of a reverse effect. But I don't expect it to last. I definitely think no matter what, we're having a bull run into the full moon. So I'll leave it there for this astrological predictions for AMC next week, starting on May 11th. It's the new moon. I'm definitely expecting a start of a bull run. So Moon Lords, thank you very, very much for listening. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you all for watching. If anyone wants to show support, just drop a like or a comment, share the video. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Until next time, I'm Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune, here to help you navigate through the illusions of life. You're watching the Market Moon Lord, where we merge the matrix with the stars. Peace.
Jason Alexander, the Blue Moon of Neptune.